Hey guys! So we're back in Japan now. We just got back a day ago and we're both really tired and trying to get back into the normal swing of things here. Our apartment is a huge mess because in the past 2.5 months we only spent like a total of a week here. And so every time we came here we would just rip everything out of our suitcases and put new stuff in, and then our apartment became like a tornado zone. And June's mom actually texted June while we were gone because she came here to water June's plants for us, and she was like, I think your apartment got robbed because it was so messy. And June was like, no, we just made a mess. I highly recommend, if you ever travel and you're able to, pack really early so that you can clean your place before you leave, because it kind of sucks when you come home to a messy home. It's not fun. I kicked the tripod. Sorry if it looks different now. So today I was just gonna talk a little bit about leaving America and coming back to Japan. We were there for about a month total. The first week was in North Carolina for the anime convention, and then after that we were with my family for 3 weeks. And I had a lot of fun seeing my family, and I was really glad I got to spend time with them. I always stay with my grandparents when I go back because they have an extra room for me. And that's where I stayed when I was in university, so that's kind of like my home back in America now. It was at my grandparents' house. But I got to see everyone in my family. And I guess today I was just gonna kind of talk about like being apart from your family. Being in an international relationship, no matter what, one person kind of has to give up their family. Like, you have to move away from your family, and it kind of sucks. The first time I came here and studied abroad, I was totally fine. I was a lot younger, and I was just like, whatever. I'm ready for adventure. I want to go traveling around. I'm totally cool with it. But as I've gotten older, I guess like I realized that, life doesn't last forever, and like my family's getting older. Like, my grandparents are getting a lot older. My parents are getting older. At this point, I don't think it would be too shocking if like any of them just passed away like at their ages. And so it gets harder coming back to Japan and thinking like potentially this could be the last time that I see someone from my family. Fortunately, with like our jobs and like everything, most of what we do we can do from our computers, so I can go spend time in America each year. I can spend like a month there like I just did, and that's not an issue. So I'm really, really grateful and thankful that I'm able to do that, so I can spend more of an extended time with my family. I'm from Cincinnati, and in Cincinnati it's split into a west side and an east side, and I'm from the west side. Ooh, west side Cincinnati, like west side, east side. It's not like a gang sort of thing. It's kind of like a wealth division in Cincinnati. And so the west side is working class. That's where a lot of the immigrants were. So like Irish, German. That's where more of the like Catholics are. That's where more people are like Republican and have guns, and that sort of thing. Whereas the east side is kind of more upper middle class. It's nicer. That's where you'll find international food. That's where you go for sushi. Every time we go back to Cincinnati, and June wants to look at his fancy cooking stores like Williams Sonoma and Sur La Table. I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. They're all over on the east side. We have to go all the way to the east side to see those because they're like nicer stores, and no one in the west side can afford them or would even bother to go somewhere like that. We do have like some people who are like upper middle class in the east side, and we do have some nicer homes, but for the most part it's working class, and that's what my family is. And the west side of Cincinnati has this connotation of like you never leave the west side. If you're from the west side, then you just stay there forever, and like you're not interested in leaving the city. And for the most part I think that happens a lot. It's very true for my family. Like all of my family is in Cincinnati, all of them, like cousins and everything. None of them have ever really shown any interest in leaving. My friend group growing up though was always a little bit different. They were always really adventurous, and like they all ended up moving off around the world. I had a friend who moved to Taiwan for a while. I have a friend who spent a lot of time in like Africa and the Middle East. I have another friend who spent time in Maine, and like I don't even know where she's living now. So like my friend group was always okay with moving away, and like so was I. And so we were kind of different from a lot of the other people in the West Side. But when I go back to the West Side, I love being in Cincinnati so much because there are so many things I miss. But I also think about if I would ever be able to move back, and I realize there just aren't that many people there who kind of understand what it's like to travel, or like have like what it's like to have gone to another country or have gone to somewhere else. Like most people in my family have never been abroad. They haven't done much traveling. A lot of the people I know from school, like they never went anywhere either. And so like because I miss my family a lot, like sometimes I think about, do I want to move back to Cincinnati in the future so I can be closer to them, especially when they get older? And I don't know, because I don't think there are many people there I can relate to very well anymore. I feel like you gain something when you travel somewhere new. It's just kind of like a different perspective on life. And so I don't know what it would be like trying to go back and make new friends who have never gone outside of the city before. I don't know if I would adapt to that very well. Because one of the things that I have an issue with right now in Japan is where we live, in Aichi Prefecture. I don't have very many of my friends here. Most of my friends are in Tokyo, or they've moved to Tokyo recently. And so it kind of sucks being apart from a lot of like the people that I care about. And so I've been realizing more and more recently like how important it is to have friends and family near you. But anyway, moving on. We also brought back these gigantic protein powder containers. We got 2 of these to bring back because both June and I have a really hard time gaining weight in Japan. We've actually both been like losing weight the past few years against our will. It's not something we wanted. We're both quite underweight, and we're not happy about that. We're not at all where we want to be, and it's really hard to gain weight here in Japan, for me at least. I know everyone's different. For other people it's maybe not as difficult, but with what we eat, with like lots of fish and vegetables and stuff, it's difficult. And my stomach has shrunk in size since I first started coming here. The first time I ever came here and I spent time with June's family, my stomach was huge, like American standard huge. Like my body was not big. It was not any bigger, like maybe 5 pounds heavier than now, but my stomach itself was a lot bigger because we would go out to eat with June's family and I would eat like 2 portions, or like if we went somewhere that was tabehodai, I would eat so much food and they would all be like, wow, she can eat so much. But over the past few years, because the portions here are so much smaller, I've gotten used to eating that, and now it's impossible for me to eat the same size meals that I used to eat. And I think that's one of the issues that's contributing to the fact that I keep losing weight against my will. And so we decided to get some protein powder to see if this can help out. We scouted out a gym near here that we're going to start going to that isn't too expensive, I think. A lot of them here are really, really pricey, and they don't have very much equipment, which makes me sad. They have a lot of cardio, like they have treadmills and bicycle machines, but I want to do weight training because I want to build up my muscle mass again. Like when I was in the Air Force, I really liked how my body was then, so I want to get back to that. But they don't do a lot of weight training here, so there aren't very many weight training machines. Like a lot of the gyms that I've looked at, they'll have like 5 machines for weight training, maybe, which isn't very much. When I was in America for the past month, my grandpa has a membership to a gym near him that's $10 a month. So freaking cheap. Could not believe it was $10 a month. I was like, oh my god. And they have so much there. It's huge. They're gigantic. And my grandpa goes at 3 a.m. because he wakes up ridiculously early. He goes to bed early and he wakes up ridiculously early, and he goes at 3 a.m. And I wanted to go to the gym with him, and it turns out for the initial sign up fee it cost $60, and or it was like $50, and I was like, no, I don't want to pay $60, the $50 for the fee, and then the $10 for the monthly fee, just to go to this gym a few times while I'm here. And so my grandpa was like, you can come with me at 3 a.m. And I was like, oh, are you kidding? 3 a.m. And so I did. I went at 3 a.m. to save all that money, because he can bring someone with him for free. So I went to the gym at 3 a.m. to save $60. But it was a nice gym. And so I kind of wish they had more weight training machines here like that, especially to get to the different muscles and everything. You can do that on your own. Like, you can free lift weights, you know, I can sit here and do push-ups and all that kind of stuff, and lunges all day, but it's not anywhere near as effective as using a machine, especially for me. Like, when I was training for the Air Force, I would do push-ups all the time, and I hate push-ups. Ugh, I hate push-ups so much. And so I would do those like twice a day, like 3 times a week maybe, and it worked over a few years. Like, my muscles got a little bit bigger, but then when I got on base and I started using the base gym and I started using the actual machines for your arms, in just 2 months I made more progress doing that than I did years of doing push-ups by myself. So it's just so much easier to use machines, and so I much prefer that, especially because I absolutely hate doing push-ups, but I don't mind doing machines at all. So we're going to go to the gym near us, and hopefully we'll start getting back into nice shape, and we can have, like, gain some weight and gain some muscle. I'm looking forward to that. I'm also not at all ready to come back to Japanese food. I missed American food a lot, like all my greasy, fatty bacon, pizza, giant baked potatoes with cheese and bacon on them. Like, I miss that so much, and I did not fully get my fill of it in America, and so I'm kind of sad being back here where they don't have my crunchy bacon and they don't have like most of the stuff that I loved in America. It's okay, I like Japanese food too, but I miss American food a lot, and so I still miss it. I brought back some snacks, but they're not gonna last long. I know myself, they're not gonna last very long at all. Anyway, I'll show you Poki right now a little bit. He's not super happy being here just yet. He's okay, but he mostly just sits in his little corner and hisses at Haku mostly, and us just a little bit when we get close to him, but it's okay. He'll get used to being here. At least he doesn't actually attack anyone, and I think he gets used to people pretty quickly. So, like, I can pick him up and sit him on my lap, and he'll just sit there for a long time. So I think it's a good sign. Hopefully he just gets used to Haku soon. He's only been here a day so far, so let's go see Poki. Hi, Poki. So I gave him a cage and everything, so he felt kind of secure and he'd have his own spot. And I put all this stuff around him so Haku can't get up in his face and like jump in his cage with him. Hey, buddy. Hey. Hi. Hey. Hey, it's okay. Hi, Poki. Hi, buddy. Haku's just really confused now that he's here. Haku doesn't mind having other cats around at all. He just wants to like get up close to them and like be their friend and start playing right away. And Poki is not at all ready for that. So I have to keep them kind of separated a little bit, just so Haku doesn't stress Poki out so much while he's getting used to being here. Here's his little stumpy tail. Hey, Stumpy Tail. Oh, I feel so bad for him. He lost his tail. But it's okay. You're doing much better now, right? I think his leg is fully healed now. His tail is healed, and look how healthy his coat is now. He's very heavy. He's very chubby. he's still reserved, but.
Hey, pretty kitty. Hi. Hey. Hey. Yeah. Yeah, you're a kitty. Yeah, you're so cute. Yeah, you're sweet. You're sweet.
Yep, and here's Haku. Haku, you're bothering him. See, this is what he does all day, so that's why I've been trying to like block off the sides here so he can't come and harass Poki and just stare at him all day.
It's okay. It's okay.
Haku has gotten in here once with Poki, and Poki didn't try to attack him or anything. I think he's just nervous. Haku! Haku! You're stressing out the new kitty.
Alright. Time to leave the kitty alone. Hi, pretty kitty. Haku! Hi! Who's pretty? You're pretty. You're pretty. You're a pretty kitty.
Rawr. Thanks.
Aw, thank you. Love you.
Ow. Thanks. Thanks.
Meow. Okay.
All things considered, it could have been a worse introduction. They're doing okay. Alright. Well, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.